This is News 6 Tonight.
Hey, welcome to News 6 Tonight. It's the Friday version, which is more fun.
Is it?
I don't know, probably. It's probably pretty similar to the other versions, but I don't know. We should think of something. Glad to have you with us tonight. My name's Matt Austin. We have Lisa Bell over here, and it's been nice to have you for a couple of weeks.
2 full weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get more sleep next week because Ginger will
Oh,
be
that's going to
back.
be so hard on me.
But it's been nice
Yes.
having you, and you've done a wonderful job.
Thanks.
It's always good talking to you, and this show gives us a chance to casually talk about the news that's
That's
happening.
right.
Less talking at you, no teleprompters, none of that stuff. And today we're talking about, hey, good to see you, Rail Stalker. Faithful viewer.
Yes,
Love me some Rail
appreciate
Stalker.
that.
We appreciate you big time. So property taxes have been the talk of the state for quite a while now. It is well known that the governor and a lot of the people who work with him, like the CFO, Blaise Ingoglia, they want to get rid of it for homesteaded people. So if you have a homestead exemption on your house, they want you to basically not have property taxes at all.
Have they said that though?
He
Like
said
like
it
zero property taxes.
Blaise Ingoglia said it to me. I said, you want to get rid of property taxes? And he said, for homesteaded folks.
100% of property taxes.
No, for homesteaded
I get
people.
that. But so if you like most people, have a homestead, if they own their home, right?
Yeah.
So that, and they have a tax bill.
But there
So
are,
they 100%
Well,
of that tax bill would go away.
they haven't said that's like their goal.
Right.
Are
We're not
they
talking
gonna
about
be able
people
to-
who have second homes and a million condos or big
Well, that's the
corporations
thing,
and all of
because
those things.
There
Yeah.
are a lot of those in the state of Florida. If you're a big wig and you own a $30 million beach house in Naples and it's not homesteaded, there's
You have a
lot of
big
those.
tax bill.
Yes, you have a huge tax bill and you'll keep paying that. But if you're like us,
A normal
and
person,
you own one house and it's
Yes.
homesteaded,
which taxes are a big chunk of change in the state of
they
Florida.
are. They're
Yeah.
very expensive.
Even with homestead, which caps how much they can go up every year, I think it's 3%. Still, they have gone up a lot. It's expensive.
It's gone up
Yeah.
substantially, I think, and costs are coming in from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so as these fees, these property taxes, as your value goes up, of course, you pay more
Yeah.
money. Well, there is a town where council members are thinking about actually lowering this, which is the first,
Lowering the tax rate,
lowering the
not
tax-
eliminating it.
but lowering it by a rate of 0.1 mil.
So
It's
the
not
mill
a
thing
ton.
can get a little confusing. It's
can,
it's
basically.
millage rate. Yeah.
Yes, it's basically $36 a year for your average homeowner. But people are interested because this is one of the first times that we've seen a town really
Yeah.
lower anything when it comes to this. Our community correspondent, Catherine Silver, she'll give us the nuts and bolts here.
From gas to groceries, it's the talk around town. Everything is getting more expensive.
Yeah, it's bad.
Had you heard that the city is looking at decreasing the property tax rate?
No, I did not hear that.
People we met in Oviedo didn't know about a possible decrease yet, but they did want to know what it means for their bottom line.
There's people out here that are living paycheck to paycheck and not making it.
This week, the city council voted in favor of a tax rate reduction. It would reduce revenue by $419,000, saving the average homeowner about $36 a year.
That's a half a tank of gas, a meal for your family.
As we spoke, this woman was opening a notice from Seminole County.
That's fine.
They're raising property tax rate to balance their budget.
So many places are having to raise their rates. How can Oviedo get away with lowering theirs?
Last year, we could have raised it 2/3 as much as was raised and still covered all of our expenses for last year. So between that and the value of all of the properties increasing, there was just some wiggle room.
It's unusual to hear that there's wiggle room in a budget.
Especially
Yeah.
government budgets these days. So you and I have talked about this off air.
Right.
I don't know what you think about if property taxes, because you seem very skeptical that it would actually happen.
I'll be very honest. My tax bill every year, my property tax for my homesteaded value between the city and the county and the state and the schools is over $10,000 a year. And you're telling me that it will go down to zero.
I'm not
I
telling
will
you.
be on board with.
I'm not
I mean,
telling you that
That sounds great.
I'm telling you that is their stated objective. Now, so people
and then
are
who
saying,
pays? Like, how do the teachers get paid?
So
how do the firefighters
all
get
of that
paid?
is not worked out. Okay. But I can tell you, I have looked into the
When
eyes.
something sounds too good to be true.
So accommodations are going to, but why do you think this Doge is happening? All of the Doge
I
is
get that.
going on.
And
because of
everyone, I
this.
think everyone can agree that there is likely waste somewhere and there are places where we can cut. But you're telling me that we can basically, and I know it's not going to go to zero collections, but I just don't believe that that's possible.
Okay, so I'm
I mean,
just
I
gonna-
like the idea of not having to pay
let me just
taxes.
put the scenario out there for you. Okay,
Uh-huh.
their plan is to put it on the ballot, have it on a referendum. They will get the signatures to put it on a ballot. I think
Okay.
you can agree with that, right?
Yes.
Of course, they're going to get the signatures. It's going to go on a ballot.
hmm
Who are the people who vote again?
I
People with homes
yes,
in Florida?
right.
Right. So 60% is what they need. My bet is they get
That
it on
passes.
the ballot, and I don't see it not. I don't see people not voting to lower their
I
property
just-
taxes.
I'm very curious.
Even though the details haven't been
I
worked
can't
out.
imagine what it would be like when there is, and I know it's not going to be zero, but close to zero revenue, for schools or a city. I mean,
There's
how do
still-
you,
well, it's
how
not-
do you,
won't go to
how do
zero.
you have right now? Orange County Public Schools has more than $2 billion budget. How do you go from funding 200 plus schools, 20,000 employees, educating approximately 200,000 students on $0?
Well, again, it won't be zero.
I
'cause
don't
you'll
understand.
still
Yeah.
collect it from businesses. You'll still get it from those
Well,
second homes.
schools
So it won't
is
go to zero.
only property tax, and
Is-
I get that they because I know that the state does collect sales tax and gas tax, and there are other sources of
But
revenue. But
if you own
schools,
a commercial business,
you're saying
paying
that they would
property
just
taxes.
rely on the revenue from people who have second homes or commercial properties.
Again, I have not heard anybody lay out how you would actually make up the difference. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you look at what they're saying,
I
that
mean,
it is,
I agree
don't
with you
see
that
how it's not
as a
gonna-
taxpayer, it sounds great to not have to pay that.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying, reading the tea leaves, this is the track they're on.
Yeah.
And do you see 41% of people voting against lowering their property
I don't know.
taxes if it's on the
We'll
ballot?
find out.
We'll see. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. It's a fascinating
Yeah.
to watch.
And I want to see the numbers because I just don't understand how you can. I don't even know, like the state budget, billions of dollars, and
With
we
100 billion,
fund,
I think,
and
yeah.
we fund so many different things, and most of that money, I believe, comes from property taxes. And so, how do you go from $100 billion, budget with revenues coming in to
And
zero?
not add an income tax. Maybe you raise
Yeah.
the sales tax, which affects the poor
Could you
more?
raise that much money though? I don't know.
Doubled it? I don't know. Again, the numbers have
Your
not.
sales tax is going to be 50%, but
The numbers have not been really.
that's the
eloquently
devil's in the
rolled out. Yeah.
details as always. All right. So another story that has gotten a lot of headlines in the state is all of the painting that's been, speaking of tax dollars, all of the painting that's been taking place on our crosswalks. This has come down from the federal government, basically stating that we can't have, any type of colorful crosswalks. So the state came through, painted all the crosswalks, then they painted over a lot of the bike lanes. And now in the city of Orlando, they are targeting storm drains. Our Troy Campbell went out and spoke with Orlando City Commissioner Patty Sheehan, who was very upset to see this because she said these storm drains had been painted to send out a message to the community about the importance of keeping our waterways clean. Here's his report.
I was very upset because, again, this is government overreach.
Orlando City Commissioner Patty Sheehan says she strongly opposes several storm drains being painted over with white paint in her district on Wednesday.
And wasn't the purpose of the paint on the drains to promote keeping these drains clear?
It's called Only Rain. It was a promotion that we did. Only rain down the drain.
Summerlin and Central Boulevard, Marks Avenue and Mills Avenue, as well as Church and Neola Drive.
The problem that I have with this is not only did they do away with all our beautifications and crosswalks that we got their approval for, now they've gone after these storm drains.
Commissioner Sheehan says she's not sure how much further FDOT might go, so she's now concerned that traffic boxes like these might be painted over from the artwork that's displayed to be white instead.
I'm very concerned about it, but I'm telling them right now, if you want the FDOT boxes painted over, fine, but leave our boxes alone. Those are city-owned.
Get harder to paint over all this stuff when you don't have any tax revenue.
You're bringing it back.
And who's going to, we've seen state troopers standing out there watching over some of these sidewalks. Who's going to pay for the troopers?
So it gets into an. It
You're
gets
moving
into
along.
moving along. It gets into an interesting question, I
Uh-huh.
think, as who the city versus the state. Okay, so if
Yeah.
people in a city elect people to make these decisions
Mhm.
to paint drains or
Yeah.
boxes or whatever, and then does the state actually is
Well,
that
her
overreach?
point was before they did any of these paintings, they got approval from the state and everything. And it's not just the city of Orlando. We've heard from Seminole County. We've heard from municipalities all across the state who've said many of the things that they've done have actually been done to improve safety, like the high visibility
Right.
green and white crosswalks, and that they've done everything in the past with approval from the state. This all changed, though, and I have the letter right here, when the U.S. Transportation Secretary on July 1st of this year, Sean Duffy, sent a letter to every single governor in the state, basically stating that, quote, roads are for safety, not political messages or artwork. Today, I'm calling on governors in every state to ensure that roadways, intersections, and crosswalks are kept free of distractions. Far too many Americans die each year to traffic fatalities to take our eye off the ball, and the U.S. DOT stands ready to help communities across the country make their roads safer
You're
and
going to read the
easier.
whole thing.
No, I mean, it's a lengthy thing. But the concern is if they don't comply, that they will lose federal funding for roads.
Hmm. And
And,
it could happen.
and when you
Yeah.
don't have any tax revenue and you're just relying on it from the federal government, then it becomes a real problem.
I'm curious how you're going to get back to property taxes from this next story.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of things.
I've already got it.
You already
Law
know?
enforcement.
Okay. I've seen a lot of things in a Walmart.
Uh-huh.
Among the things I am thankful I have not seen is a gentleman carrying around a machete,
Not just carrying it, like
waving it around.
waving it.
Yeah. So police responded. Things got even crazier once they got there when the guy is accused of attacking officers. This happened in Fort Pierce. Take a look at some of the video.
Customers are screaming out, trying to get away from the man with the machete.
There were people running out, moving away. There were even some people that were in the store not understanding what was going on at the time. So it was somewhat chaotic.
One customer points out the suspect, and officers move in. The first officer grabs the suspect's left arm.
And as he does that, the individual swings around, grabs the machete, and starts swinging at the officer himself.
Officers tackle the suspect, some pointing tasers, others pointing guns. In a matter of seconds, they have the man in custody. They've identified him as 33-year-old Lawrence Fountain of Vero Beach.
This could have gone a number of different ways. It ended up where it was minor injuries, and we took somebody off the streets that was potentially a threat to everybody else in that area.
So they think he was walking through the store, found the machete on a shelf, and just grabbed it and then started waving it around. So you can see an officer was hitting an arm by the machete.
As that other officer was saying, this could have gone several different ways. You start waving a machete in that manner, that close to officers. I mean, it could have been a lot worse
If it were
for
not
that
in
man.
a busy Walmart,
Yeah.
you could have seen him getting shot. for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So pretty crazy story,
Mm-hmm.
even for a Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
You know. All right, we've got a lot more coming for you on News 6 tonight, including something in smoke shops
Yep.
that people are getting a hold of. We had clerks getting arrested over this one substance that may be found in a smoke shop near you. We'll talk about that coming up after the break. Welcome to News 6 tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart, also good looking, because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down
Oh my
below.
gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh. All right, welcome back. We're glad to have you with us tonight. Lisa Bell and I are still arguing about things in the commercial
Trying to
break.
figure out what percentage of homes are homesteaded in Florida.
Cannot keep going back to the story, Lisa Bell, but we couldn't find it
No.
in that 2-minute break. But let's talk about smoke shops. All right, you can't walk around Florida these days without tripping over a smoke shop. It seems like they're on almost every corner nowadays. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
I think they're all over the place. I feel like you're gonna just I don't know. Friday Lisa Bell is a fun one. So an undercover operation arrested 2 clerks. They're accused of selling nitrous oxide. Have you ever been on nitrous oxide?
No.
At the dentist, you never had the laughing gas?
No.
So that's basically what it is. I think it's a different concentration than you probably get at the dentist. But our community correspondent, Mike Valenti, gives us the details on these 2 clerks who were arrested.
Agents went undercover with the intention of buying nitrous oxide, a colorless gas that can be used in dispensers to make whipped cream fluffy, but it can also be used to get high. At the Eastside Smoke Shop, the agents reported they asked Sebastian Cook about a 320-gram canister of nitrous oxide. Cook's arrest affidavit alleges he said, quote, "It can be used to make whipped cream, but some people, for recreational use, inhale it." Authorities said Cook told the agents how to inhale the product, pointing to balloons that can be used to prolong the high. Cook allegedly said nitrous oxide is a, quote, "super festival music drug, I can say." At no point, the affidavit claims, did Cook say nitrous oxide is solely intended for culinary or legal purposes. That's the same claim made in Michael McKellar's arrest affidavit. At Vapor Crew, undercover agents asked him how Galaxy gas was used. McKellar allegedly walked through the using the device to ingest to get, quote, high. Agents said McKellar described a, quote, 60-second incredible high at rave.
So they basically give a little crash course to these undercover agents on how to use it to get that 60-second high. And so apparently if
That was a no-no.
you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
I guess they are allowed to sell it, but you know, you use it in like a pellet gun or something like this. And people might think, okay, this is funny. It's a party, something people do at a rave or something. We have done stories. Specifically, I remember there was this family who talked to us about their daughter who got hooked on this stuff. Seemed like a great young lady. Started doing this, got obsessed with it, and she ended up dying because of it.
There's
So
a
it's
lawsuit
dangerous.
now because of that. And the daughter just assumed that if she was buying something from a smoke shop, that it was relatively safe, and not the case. And in her case, it seems.
Yeah.
All right, we want to move on to another arrest. This one involving a young person who, and I don't want to say his age just yet, but he's accused of breaking into a church of all places and vandalizing the church. And he told officers that he did this because he thought it was just an abandoned building. It would be fun. But look at all of this damage. We're talking $10,000 worth of damage. There were shattered windows everywhere, furniture tossed over, thrown on top of the church's organ. And not only that, at least 2 items were stolen that belonged to the church. We're talking about a lawnmower and a speaker. And so
he did all this? It didn't look
he did
like
all of this. And there they are. You can just tell by looking at this video. You see the size difference between the officer and the person that eventually got arrested for this. A witness said that he saw 2 boys who appeared to be living in an apartment nearby. When they went to that apartment, they actually saw the lawnmower and the speaker in the backyard, ended up arresting a 13-year-old boy. So sad for, a boy like that to commit a crime, like that, allegedly. But he did, according to this police report, admit that he did that and said he thought it was just an abandoned building and really had no explanation for why.
Still illegal if it's
Of
abandoned
course, yeah. You don't own the property. You can't take the property. And now it's $10,000 in damage that church is going to have to try and come up with some way to repair.
That he spent a significant amount of time in there. Broken.
Well, he said
drywall.
he actually went in on a couple of days, according to this police report.
Yeah.
So
13. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can get the ship right.
No
on that
kidding.
one.
Yes.
Mom and Dad are going to have a fun talk with him. All right, let's talk to our meteorologist, Jonathan Kegas. We have a big weekend upon us. You know, there's a big birthday
That's
celebration
right.
going on at the Bell House, which is very exciting. Jonathan Kegas, we're going to be dodging some showers, though, no matter what we're doing.
We are. Earlier the better tomorrow. That's going to be the name of the game, especially if you're right smack dab in interior Central Florida. If you're on the coast, after about lunchtime, we'll start to watch the storms. It's a much more typical afternoon. It's been kind of a weird pattern the last few days.
Yeah.
Been atypically dry. So earlier the better if you're right smack dab in the interior of the Florida Peninsula, guys.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to start my birthday party at 6 a.m.
There you go. It'll
6
be
a.m.
a blast.
Yes, yeah.
No one
I
will show up.
guarantee you it will be good. Also, guys, coming up at 9:30, of course, the buzz. Matt, I liked how you put that at 6 o'clock tonight. You said there's been a lot of buzz, and that's what it is. The buzz has been worse than the thing in the tropics, and development chances continue to drop tonight. Look at that. We've got rid of the code red. We're
Oh,
down
it's not red
40.
anymore. It's yellow.
Not red anymore. So we talked about the environment and how it was pushing back on the storm. The environment's kind of winning. We're going to talk a lot about this. And then, of course, we're going to go over the high resolution future radar to get you through your weekend plans.
That is some good news. And it
outside.
doesn't look like it's moved at all. I mean, you've been talking
No,
about how
no.
slow this is.
Yep. Yeah, it's just chilling there. You would think that this is the disturbance right here, by the way. It's this guy.
Yeah, that
Right
is
there.
weird. It has to be weird to be a meteorologist these days, Jonathan, because I know when this was days ago, people grabbed a couple of models that looked like they may
Yeah.
vaguely come toward Florida. And so we
Right.
all run to you and we're like, what is going on here? And you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is so far out.
Kind of like being a news reporter. Someone posts something on Facebook, and we're like, whoa.
Is this true?
It's a weird time to be alive right now.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. And so fortunately, Jonathan Kagas, I find him to be a very calming
Mhm.
resource. He always says, until
thanks.
things get crazy,
Mhm.
you don't see him overdoing it, which I appreciate about you, my friend.
Yeah, I hate it. It's I know people are scared by these things. We've been through
Yeah.
a lot together the last few years.
Mhm.
We don't need any more, and we don't need any. It's an anxious time. Like, I mean, I can't wait for fall, like Christmas, to get here to like get rid of this season to forever, or at least
Amen.
the first 2
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Jonathan
It'd be nice if
Kagas.
it was forever. But
Thank you
holy
so
cow.
much. We appreciate you,
got
my
it,
friend. Check
guys.
him out at 9:30. He'll have the full details on all that for you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have a story about chickens in Central Florida. We're going to be talking about that.
Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart. Also, good looking. Because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down
Oh my
below.
gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh.
We were to publish this, though, it would.
Hey,
come
welcome
up.
back.
Hey, so we have some new numbers from our producer, Christy Zizzo, talking about homesteaded
amazing.
properties in Orange County. There are 238,000 homesteaded properties in Orange County, 120,000 non-homestead residential properties. So just to give you an idea, potentially
Numbers.
2/3 of those properties wiped off the tax rolls.
Right.
We'll
But
see what
the
happens.
highest payers are businesses,
commercial
theme parks and
properties.
commercial properties. So
Yes.
keep that in
All
mind.
right. As promised, we have a story about chickens that we're going to end the night on because
Yeah.
it's a great story. Maybe. There are people who are opposed to this too. So last night, the city council in Palm Bay voted to increase the number of chickens that people are allowed to have from 4 to 6. Now, not everyone. I don't know what happened. What is happening over here? This is what happens when you don't have tax revenue. Everything just starts falling apart.
The chairs decided to take
Yeah.
this Saturday already.
Okay, so
Sorry.
the original proposal called for people to have 8 chickens. The city settled on 6. There were people for and against it. Here's what they had to say.
When you have 6 and you have roosters there and they become noisy, and everybody has a right to some peace and quiet. So how do you monitor a quality of life? I mean, got a bunch of chickens, I think, not only in our neighborhood, but right across Tillman Canal. How do you monitor respecting somebody's quality of life too?
All right, so it sounds like people who live in Palm Bay can now have 6 chickens, which is up from the previous 4 limit. The proposal moved forward 4-1. The mayor was the lone no vote.
Chickens are fine, no roosters.
Yes.
Hey, have yourself a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Good night.